Hi, my name is Dave Curtis, and I've often talked to you about mnemonics before, how to memorize drinks better. A lot of bartenders out there say you don't need to know a whole lot of drinks, but the fact is, that's what bartenders are. We're drink pourers, we're drink makers. We make drinks and we know how to make drinks. People can say, well, what's more important is the personality. And you ask me, that's bullshit. Because that's an excuse. That's a lame excuse for not sitting down and learning your recipes and not studying. But part of the problem with sitting down and studying is you actually have to have, I'm not going to say the discipline, but you have to have the tools to be able to study and learn your drinks when you want to learn them and do it on the go, wherever you're going. You don't need to be walking around constantly like a professor with a notebook in your hand and a slide rule in your pocket. And you guys out there are going to laugh because it's slide rule. Yeah, well, those are the old days. People actually, I admired those guys with the slide rules. My cousin Richard was like my hero. And my big cousin Richard, man. They weren't around when I was in school, by the way. I'm not that old. But I will tell you this, that there's a way to study without having to use those books and those cumbersome, even your phone. You're on your phone all the time. I'm on my phone too. I can't deny that I do a lot of studying using my phone. Part of that is the way that I'll make my drink recipes memorized, make them memorable, individual, and tweak them until I can recall them very quickly and easily. But I'm not going to talk to you about that today. Today I want to bring up the memory palace. A lot of people have heard of memory palaces before. If you've read Sherlock Holmes, he had a mind palace. If you think about something Albert Einstein used to do, he used to work inside of he had a laboratory in his mind, and he would actually go through that laboratory, the different stations in the laboratory, and carry out experiments, virtual experiments, to see if something might work, and then he would try it on the blackboard, and then he'd maybe turn it into something an equation that would work. But he had his own little laboratory in his mind. And then there was this old novel called Doc Savage. He had a mind palace for memorizing. One of the Greek methods, the old Greek method, was the loci method, the location. So what you would do there is you'd travel through a building and you'd say in the first place, and you'd have an idea attached to something, and then you'd be able to expand on it, make a paragraph or two out of that, or part of a speech, and then you'd go to the second place, like where you'd go to the entryway, and that would be the first place, and then the second place might be some tables and inside, and that would be in the second place, in the third place, in the fourth place, and that's where you get those terms, in the first and the second place, and so forth. Well, memory palaces. Dr. Metivier is a memory expert. Metivier. This is the spelling of his name. And Dr. Metivier is a memory expert, and he has really gone head over heels into the use of all mnemonics, but in particular, he constantly brings up memory palaces. Now, the concept of a memory palace is good, but I never learned how to use it properly until recently. And I'll tell you how that happened. Dr. Metivier brought this back into my mind and my consciousness about how the use of the memory palace is so extremely powerful. So I decided to try it. And the way that he had it introduced was you're supposed to you visit all of these places, and you'll take mental pictures in your mind, or you'll draw a diagram, or you'll take photographs, if you don't have time to draw diagrams and so forth, and you'll go to maybe 100 different places and do this. And I'm not that kind of guy. I don't go out a lot. I don't spend a whole bunch of time in places for any reason where I don't need to be there. And also, if you go into a bookstore or a restaurant or a department store, there's always people mulling around. There's some, you know who they are. They store security. Are they staring at you? Do they think because you're moving from place to place, but you're not picking anything up, you're not buying anything, and maybe you're taking pictures. Are you casing the place for a robbery, or what the hell are you doing there? And that kind of thing just throws me off in my mind. I get all these ideas which are full of shit, most likely. But the way the Memory Palace works, he says in one of his videos, in one of Dr. Metivier's videos, he says just go to, it only needs to have 10 locations that you can attach your memory things to. So I thought, well, wait a minute. I can do 10. I don't have to go. I mean, it doesn't really matter where I've been. I can certainly remember 10 areas. The main entryway, then the left, maybe where the cashiers are. And then over there, there's like the toy section. And then there's over there's like the automotive section and the place where you can get workout equipment, and electronics. I mean, I could just put 10. I don't need to have all the aisles memorized and the different places where each thing is. That's too daunting. So I thought, okay, well, I'll just start at home, and I don't need to draw a diagram. Those things are easy to remember. So I thought, okay, I'll just use home, and I'll see if I can do 10 places at home. So I started with a list of 50 drinks. Now, mind you, this is the list of drinks, not the whole recipe for the drink. That's not what I'm attaching now. Mainly, I'm attaching the name of the drink to the place. Once I do that, then when I walk through the place in my mind, I pull up the drink name and flesh out all of the ingredients that go into the drink. And in so doing, I've just studied the whole drink. Now I can just, go up to the next station, grab the next one, and then pull out all the things in my memory that go into that drink. And then, so I'm studying. I can be doing virtually anything, and including stopped at a red light or whatever else I'm doing where I don't need to be paying 100%, focusing 100% my attention. And there's nothing going on. I could be on a line in the supermarket just waiting for the line to go. And I'm going through these drinks and studying in my mind. I can be on a subway train in New York, and it's all tight and packed, and we're just jostling back and forth, holding on. And then, at that time, you can't pull out any study material. You certainly want to pull out your $1,000 phone and then have some goon just grab it as the door opens and he decides to say bye-bye with it. So all these things add up to studying all over the place without having to use anything, hands-free, but mind-activated, laser-focused. All right, I'll give you an example. So I come into my front door, and over there I see on the stairway, I've got an Airmail envelope, which is the Airmail Special. That's the name of the drink. Next one up on the next level. By the way, these are contemporary drinks. They're listed in the Bar Smarts program. Go up on the first level of the landing on the stairs, and there's a bamboo pole. That's the bamboo. That's a drink. Then I go to the up the stairs a little bit, and there's the Benjamin Menendez Special. And then I close my eyes and do this, so you can see I'm not making this. I'm not like actually doing this. I'm memorizing the whole thing this way. So there's a Benjamin Menendez Special. Then I go up the stairs, and at the top of the stairs, there's the Bijou. It's another drink. Then there's another drink over there. It's called the Blackthorn. Then there's another drink in the list, which is the Blue Blazer. Then there's the Brooklyn. Then there's the Chatham. Now, I didn't forget the name of the drink. I forgot the word that goes, the word itself. So it's the Chatham Artillery Punch. That's it. And then there's the Clover Club. And then there's the Corpse Reviver 2, El Presidente, the Fog Cutter, the Gypsy Queen, the Last Word, the Modern, the New York Brandy Sour, the Paloma, the Pepe, the Prado, the Queen's Park Swizzle. There's the Ramos Fizz. There's the Sherry Cobbler. There's the Texas Fizz. There's the Tom and Jerry. And there's the Vive Carre, Carre, with a little tilde on the end. And those are 25 of the contemporary ones. Now, those, I just stuck those in a list yesterday. Okay. So I decided, well, hey, wait a minute. That's more than 10. That's 25. And I can pull them up from anywhere. I go backwards and forward. I can go to the Brooklyn. I can go to the Blue Blazer. I can go to the Benjamin Menendez Special. I can go to the Bamboo, and I can go to the Airmail Special, and I can go to the Brooklyn and the Chatham Artillery Punch, and back and forth and in and out and up and down. So that's really simple. Now, mind you, this is from yesterday. You imagine taking a list of 50 drinks. Did I say 50? I just said I did 25. No, I didn't. I did 50. I went to bed last night and I woke up this morning and I said, wait a minute. Yeah, okay. So I remember all those. But I didn't even study them. I just attached them to the places. I stuck the little image in my mind. I said, well, wait, okay, hold on. I got 25 more. These are the classic drinks. And then basically the classics with a couple of variations on them. So I said, okay, let me see if I can do those too. So I got the Airmail Special. But there's also one called the Aviation Cocktail. So that happens to be the first one in the list of the classics. Now, the lists are written alphabetically. Fortunately, hey, look at that. Makes it even easier. So I got the Airmail Special on the first one, and I got the Aviation Cocktail on the second one for the classic ones. Then I have the Bellini. Then comes the Blood and Sand. Then comes the Bloody Mary, the classic Bloody Mary, the original one. Then comes the Caprihina and the Collinses, the Tom Collins, all the three Collinses, the major ones, John Collins. And then there's the Cosmopolitan. There's the Daiquiri. There's the Gimlet. There's the Gin Fizz. There's the Hot Toddy. There's the Irish Coffee. There's the Mai Tai. There's the Manhattan. There's the Margarita. And I'm placing these all, mind you, the Manhattan is in the closet, okay? Then the vanity on top, there's Margarita sitting on top of the vanity. So Margarita's right there. And then the dry Manhattan, believe it or not, is in the bathroom, which is wet. You got water, but it's the dry Manhattan for whatever reason. And then I've got the mint julep. I've got the mojito, the Negroni, the old-fashioned, the old-fashioned, and the muddled old-fashioned. I've then got the pisco sour. I've got the Sazerac, the Sidecar, the Stinger, and the whiskey sour. So you see, all of this is 50 cocktails that are all made using the traditional historic recipes. You know, they're researched by Dave Wondrich, and these are taught in the Bar Smarts course with Del DeGroff, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I'm memorizing these drinks, but when I go over the drinks in my head, because these are different recipes from the regular recipes that restaurants and other places have published them, I want to keep these straight, and I want to keep them separate. So by using the memory palace technique, I'm able to just place them in different places. Now, for instance, like where was the Margarita? Margarita's on the vanity. Well, what about the Sherry Cobbler? Sherry, I know a girl named Sherry. So Sherry, she's in the bathtub in the other bathroom. See? So she's Sherry. And then in the hallway where I've got the Ramos Fizz. Now Ramos, I've got a friend named Ray. Ramos Fizz is right there. And then inside the other bedroom, I've got the Queen's Park Swizzle. Now my daughter plays in the park, and she's not playing there. But she rides her bike there sometimes. She runs. You know, so she goes to the park in Queens. It's Queens Park, and a Swizzle. That's, well, hell, we use swizzle sticks in bars. So that's the Queens Park Swizzle, And then where my computer is, that's going to be the modern. It just happens to be in that spot. That's where it shows. That's going to be the modern. And next to the computer to the right of it is a dictionary. Open up to the last page. That's the last word. And then behind me, I've got the Gypsy Queen. So there's a gypsy over here behind me, behind the bar, and she's a gypsy and she's a queen. So the Gypsy Queen. And then over by the closet, it's foggy over there. So you got a hatchet and a fog cutter, or you get a knife or whatever you want to do to cut the fog. So that's the fog cutter. And then El Presidente, for whatever reason, he's hiding out over there by the door. So I got all kind, and then it's so simple. The hallway, there's in the middle of the hallway, there's a blue blazer hanging up there for the blue blazer. For the Brooklyn, I just got a cap, a baseball cap, Brooklyn Dodgers, just sitting over there, or whatever, Brooklyn, doesn't matter. But the Brooklyn is a cap. And my friend Arthur, he's a chatty guy, The Chatham Artillery Punch. Artillery and arty kind of go together. That's another reason why, the way it is, it's just the way it is. But at the point where I memorized all these drinks, and I can go backwards and forwards like I just did. I go inside out, doesn't matter where you go, you pick up whatever drink is in whatever station. Once you have that memory palace used for that portion of it. And the memory palace, by the way, my place is bigger than that. I can go to more places. I've got more areas, a whole lot more before I run out, at least another 25, I think. And so I got 75 in one mind palace. Boom. One memory palace. That's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. So if you just start out thinking, all I need to do, I just make whatever place I know, turn it into a memory palace. Just put your idea there. And then once you've got your ideas locked in place, now you can expand them using the other techniques that I've been teaching you. How to memorize a drink in such a way. Because once the name is there, you have your hook. Otherwise, if you're driving down the road, I couldn't think of those 50 different drinks while I'm driving down the road with any degree of accuracy, thinking that, why, man, no, I missed some. I probably missed 40, because if I remembered 10 of them, I'm lucky. But using the memory palace, they're like that. They go right in, they stay there pretty damn well, easy to reinforce, and that's it. That's it for the memory palaces. Good luck. Try it. It's going to work.